Hi guys. Okay, I'm going to try and keep these next two reviews that I do as brief as possible because I've had a really long day, but I do want to tell you about the movies that I saw. First of all, Paradise Hope, which I was really looking forward to. It's the final part of a trilogy by Austrian director Ulrich Seidl, and I reviewed his movie Paradise Love last year at TIFF. And the only one I haven't seen is Paradise Faith, and I don't know if that's going to be coming out or released or whatever. I hope so, because I would like to see the entire trilogy. But anyway, this movie dealt with the daughter of the woman in the first movie, Paradise Love. The first movie, Paradise Love, dealt with a middle-aged, plump woman who travels to Kenya for a sex holiday. And she has a teenage daughter who, before she leaves on this trip, she drops off with her sister, and then her sister takes her to this fat camp or diet camp, which is what the subject of this movie is. So her daughter's name is Melanie. She's 13 years old, pretty young blonde girl, just slightly plump. You know, she's got a bit of a belly, definitely not fat, just a little bit plump. And most of the other kids at this camp are the same. They're not. A few of them are like, you know, a little heavier, especially the boys, because there's boys and girls at this camp, and they're all around the same age. But most of them are just like plump. They're not like overly obese or anything like that. But they get sent away to this fat camp. And this movie, I found Paradise Love was better than this. I enjoyed Paradise Love better than this. Although this was definitely not bad. I enjoyed it as well. But this one was more kind of comedic. Like, it had more kind of comical moments, and I mean, it dealt with teenagers, mostly teenage girls, and they're all like at the age where they're just, you know, either learning about sex, talking about sex, or experimenting with sex. She makes a friend at this camp who's more experienced. You know, she's had sex before, and they sit in their bunk beds and they talk about guys. Oh, have you ever kissed anybody? What's it like? You know, what's sex like? Does it hurt? Blah blah. You know, they have all these discussions that all girls have at that age. And there's a doctor that works at this fat camp who is a really weird guy. He's attractive, I guess, you know, not bad. He's in his 40s. He's got like salt and pepper gray hair. And this girl, Melanie, develops this huge monster crush on him. And, but I think it turns out through the course of the movie that I think she sees him more as kind of a father figure, because although she fantasizes about him in a romantic way, whenever she does get a chance to kind of be alone with him, she never does, excuse me, anything really sexual. She's innocent. She's 13 years old. She doesn't know anything about sex. So whenever she gets the chance to kind of be closer to him, she'll like just hug him and put her head on his chest. It's almost like she just wants to hug her dad. She wants a father figure. That's how I interpret it anyway. But this doctor guy is so creepy. I mean, the way he looks at her, you know, you can just tell he's thinking, oh, like, wow, he's like ogling her. And at first it seems really sexual, but this guy, I don't think he's a normal guy, because again, when he does get the chance to be close to her, he never really molests her. He does a lot of inappropriate stuff. I mean, when she's in his office complaining about a stomach ache, which is really just an excuse for her to be there with him, he takes his shirt off, and he's got a really hairy chest and everything, and you know, he lies down and has her, you know, take a stethoscope and listen to his heart and stuff. It's really like just weird, freaky, inappropriate stuff for some doctor to be doing with this young girl. And of course he's encouraging her feelings and all this stuff. But nothing really sexual happens between them. And there's one really funny character in this movie. The guy who plays, like, at this camp, there's like a dietitian, there's this doctor, and there's this other guy who's like the gym guy. He's the guy who, like, they have to work out. They have exercise regimens. Of course, they have a nutritionist. You know, their meals are balanced and all this stuff. And this guy, like, he runs them ragged. And he's one of these real, like, disciplinarian types. He's got a sense of humor about him, but he's like, he runs them ragged. Like, he makes them do drills and all this shit, and he works them, you know, to the bone. He's always working them out like crazy. And of course, whenever they like do something like normal teenagers do, like sneak out of bed at night down to the kitchen, or, you know, if they're just, you know, like fooling around their rooms and laughing and playing spin the bottle or whatever, then they all have to, like, you know, come out in the hallway and like, hold their arms out or whatever. It was really just kind of more like lighthearted, really, although it was kind of sad because it seemed like the majority of these kids had just been like dumped at this camp. Not so much in an effort to get them to lose weight, but just because their parents couldn't be bothered to be with them. Like, this girl's mother went to Kenya for this sex holiday. Most of the kids there came from like divorced families, hadn't seen their fathers. Like, that was the case with her, which is again why I think she saw this doctor as like a father figure, because she said she never saw her dad. He just like took off and she never heard from him or whatever. So yeah, it was a lot of it was about that, like these kids who I guess felt really just like abandoned, and their weight was just kind of like an excuse, probably a symptom of their loneliness and their sense of needing parenting, and they're feeling abandoned and all that stuff, right? So yeah, I don't know. This movie was okay, but it didn't grab me the way that Paradise Love did. I would certainly recommend it. I would give it a thumbs up, but no, it didn't really work for me the same way. I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, so that's all I can say about it right now. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. I've had a really long day. I'm going to be doing another review on this on my other channel, my weight-related channel, for my series Fat on Film. So maybe when I speak about it then, I'll have more to say about it later. Ugh, sorry, hang on. Hey, sorry, that's the second time the bloody phone has interrupted my review. Okay, anyway, I was at the end anyway. I just wanted to say that if I think of any other details that I want to mention about this movie, which I probably will, I'm going to be doing a review of it on my other channel, my Emily Pound channel, on my Fat on Film series. So anyway, that's the gist of it. Paradise Hope, okay. Paradise Love, better. Okay, so I will see you guys again. Bye. Thanks for watching.